10 years had passed since the seniors of Willow Creek High walked across the graduation stage, yet the sting of old hierarchies still lingered in the air as they prepared for their reunion, especially for the self-appointed, popular group, who still carried the same arrogance they once flaunted through the halls like a crown. Among their favorite targets back then had been a quiet, awkward girl named Lena Morris, the kind who sat alone at lunch, wore thrift store clothes, and walked with her eyes lowered, as if apologizing for taking up space in the world. They called her the class loser, mocked her stutter, laughed when she dropped her books, and made her the punchline of every joke. She never fought back. She simply endured, quietly dreaming of the day she would escape them forever. Now, a decade later, when someone mentioned her name in the reunion planning group chat, laughter exploded. Old habits die hard. "Let's invite her," one wrote. "Would be hilarious to see how far down the ladder she still is." "Yeah," another chimed. "She probably still lives in her mom's basement." They crafted the invitation with fake politeness, pretending to miss her, while secretly planning to mock her all over again. What they didn't know, what none of them could have imagined, was that Lena Morris had built a life none of them were remotely prepared for. As the reunion day arrived, the venue, a luxury lakeside lodge, was alive with chatter, music, and clinking glasses. Old cliques instantly reformed. The former cheerleaders compared diamond rings. The ex-football players boasted about careers that never quite reached their high school potential. The self-proclaimed cool kids strutted around with the same smug expressions. And every few minutes, someone snickered. "Do you think Lena will actually show up? Maybe she's embarrassed." Another said, rolling her eyes, "She probably still looks the same, like a lost puppy." They didn't know that miles away, a helicopter was lifting off from a private landing pad, its polished black frame gleaming under the afternoon sun. Inside sat a woman almost unrecognizable from the shy, bullied girl they remembered. Lena Morris, now Dr. Lena Morris, CEO of a global tech company valued in the billions, sat confidently, her posture relaxed, her tailored suit elegant, her eyes calm but holding a fire forged from years of pain, determination, and quiet triumph. She had sworn to herself many times that she would never return to Willow Creek, but something inside her had shifted. She didn't come for revenge. She didn't come to brag. She came because she had finally learned her worth, and no amount of past cruelty had the power to define her anymore. At the lodge, the old classmates took selfies, gossiping about who gained weight, who lost hair, who peaked early. Then someone heard it first, a distant roar. The ground trembled slightly, windows vibrated, and heads turned toward the sky. "What is that?" someone shouted. The roar grew louder, stronger, until a sleek helicopter emerged from behind the tree line, descending toward the open field beside the lodge. People rushed outside, shielding their eyes from the wind as the aircraft landed. "Who the heck arrives at a reunion by helicopter?" Someone yelled over the noise. The door opened. A heel stepped out. Then a woman, tall, powerful. Her hair shimmered in the wind, her confidence radiating. Gasps rippled through the crowd. "Is that Lena? No way. It can't be her." But it was. And the ones who once tormented her felt their throats tighten. Not because of her wealth or glamour, but because she walked toward them with a poise that revealed just how deeply she had grown beyond them. For the first time, they felt small. Not because she made them feel that way, but because their past actions now stood in front of them in stark, undeniable contrast. She smiled politely, greeting them as if they had never hurt her. And that simple kindness stung more than any revenge ever could. The reunion, planned as a cruel joke, had just transformed into the moment they would never forget. The room grew silent as Lena walked inside, her presence commanding attention without needing to say a word. Even the loudest voices softened, the laughter faded, and the former bullies straightened up like children caught misbehaving. But Lena didn't come to gloat. She came to confront her past with grace. She politely shook hands, her eyes warm yet distant, the eyes of a woman who no longer carried the weight of their insults. While many stared in disbelief, a few tried to hide their jealousy. "So Lena, what do you do now?" one girl asked, pretending to sound casual while her voice trembled. Lena could have bragged. She could have listed her accomplishments, her company, her awards, her humanitarian projects, her rising fame in the tech world. But instead, she simply said, "I work in technology." Someone else, trying to show superiority, laughed and said, "Like IT support." Another chimed in, "Probably freelance, right?" But Lena only smiled, refusing to feed their need for comparison. The truth didn't need defending. It simply existed. As conversations continued, the old bullies began realizing something uncomfortable. No matter how expensive their outfits, how carefully they boasted about their jobs or families, none of them could match the quiet confidence Lena carried, not because of money, but because she had healed. Then the principal made an announcement. "Would like to welcome our distinguished alumni. Among them, one has been recognized internationally this year." He paused. Dr. Lena Morris, honored as one of the world's top innovators. The room froze. Mouths fell open. Drinks nearly slipped from hands. The whispers swarmed like bees. "Doctor, innovator, no way that's her." Lena remained humble, but her heart fluttered, not from pride, but from reclaiming a piece of herself she once thought was broken forever. After the applause, something surprising happened. A former cheerleader, the one who had mocked Lena most, approached her with trembling hands. "Leno, I'm sorry," she whispered, "for everything. I was young and cruel." Another followed, then another. They weren't apologizing because she was rich. They apologized because success had exposed what meanness truly was: weakness. Lena didn't seek revenge, but she also didn't erase the past. She simply said, "What you did hurt me, but I grew from it. And I hope you grew too." The humility in her tone made some cry. Others lowered their heads. And a strange, unexpected peace filled the room. Later that evening, someone asked her the question everyone secretly wanted to know. "Why did you come? After everything we did to you?" Lena looked around, her expression thoughtful. "Because the girl you bullied wouldn't have come," she answered. "But the woman I became, she isn't afraid anymore." Her words struck the room deeply, echoing across the hall like a truth everyone needed to hear. She didn't need revenge. She was the revenge. Quiet, dignified, unstoppable. When she finally left the reunion, her helicopter lifting into the night sky, every eye followed her, not with mockery but with respect. The class that once saw her as the loser now realized they had misjudged her greatness before it ever had the chance to bloom. Her story became the silent message that echoed long after the event ended: never underestimate the quiet ones. Never mock those who walk alone. They are often building a world bigger than anything you can imagine. And as the helicopter lights disappeared into the horizon, viewers, too, felt a surge of motivation, reminding them that success is not about proving others wrong, but proving yourself right. If you're watching this story right now, let Lena's journey inspire you. No matter who doubted you, no matter who laughed at you, your story is still unfolding, and your moment will come. So hit that subscribe button, join our community, and let these powerful stories remind you every day that your future can be brighter than your past.